And down below, I see a lot of people saying hello and chit chatting, so they found the chat box. But during our presentation, we are going to turn off the chat just so we can focus on the slides and hopefully give you all the information. But Mike, if they have questions at the end of our presentation, there's a certain area they can type it in so they stand out, right?
Right. Actually, two columns at the top. The one that's highlighted right now that says chat is where you're putting in information about yourself. But right next to it, grayed out, is Q&A only. What we're going to ask you to do, because there's going to be a lot of people on the webinar, there already are, and if you could click on that Q&A only, and then when you type in at the bottom, it will appear in that Q&A column, because when we get to the questions and answers, we will go, that's where we will go and do them in order. So if you put it in the chat, we may not see it or get to it.
And we might miss it, and someone will get mad saying we didn't answer their questions. And of course, there's going to be probably 150, 200 people on the call. So guys, if they're repeat questions, we may not answer them again. Everyone will get the recording at the end of it. The CEO is in a meeting right now. He is expected to be on about midway through our presentation, so he will be here, all things considered. So we'll be able to get him on here, introduce himself, take a few questions from him. That'll be at the end of the presentation. So first of all, I'm going to ask you to do, we got a short presentation. A lot of these are what I will call company slides. We'll generally hit the topics of them, kind of a summary of the slide. I'm not going to read it verbatim. You'd be here 45 minutes. So I suggest if you have questions, get a piece of paper and a pen, write them down. If we missed your chat, time permitting, we'll try to answer them all, but there's no promises. We want to keep this at about 45 minutes to respect everyone's time. We will answer them if you want to get with us or your downline. We do have an information page that we'll give to you where we actually have a more in-depth interview with the CEO. So, and we ask a lot of the questions that probably you guys are going to ask. So those have already been asked and his answers given. So that's why we did that in advance for everyone. That's about it. So I
do have something to add.
Go ahead, Mike.
Upper left corner, probably, or maybe in the middle, you're going to see a vertical lightning bolt or a reconnect button. Typically, our bandwidth is very good. So if you're having a problem of any kind, video, audio, it probably is on your end with your carrier. Somebody might be doing Netflix in the house or something, a gaming that might be taking up your bandwidth. So what we'd like to have you do if you run into a problem is hit that reconnect button, that vertical lightning bolt, or the word reconnect. That should get you a new connection and you're fine. If for some reason that doesn't resolve the problem, then log out and log back in again, and that seems to always solve it if somebody's having a problem.
I'm going to do things a little bit different. I've already looked at a few of the questions. Some people are asking us up front, rightfully so, how is this different from other things in the past? We'll point out some of them during the webinar presentation. They don't do packages that expire where you have to renew every 2 or 3x. It's a little bit different. You put your money in, it earns for the lifetime of the program, which brings up another question. How long is the program going to last? That's the number one question. And we asked the CEO that question ourselves. And guys, how long am I going to keep breathing? How long are you going to keep breathing? Nobody knows. It could rise tomorrow, and tomorrow I don't rise. So guys, we try to do as much as we can so we feel comfortable doing this with our own money. And we share it. We ask all of you to do your own due diligence, risk versus rewards. We like this program, and we'll share those why we felt this was something worth doing. Because of the CEO, the answers he gave, our comfort level, and the return because it's rather quick. Those are things that enticed us. Does it entice you? Does it fit your risk to reward profile? Only you can answer that. We're going to share with you the information we have learned, and then you, as an adult over 18, you need to make the decision if this is for you based on what information we share with you and what information you gather on your own.
Well,
And we try to give everything as much as we have learned to help you on that journey.
and I will mention that people have asked us because they get confused with another program. Um, and that program has taken a long time to get off the ground, and people are always asking us, is there a program that's working right now that they can generate some money daily with? That was also part of our motivation, but the other part was diversification. If you've got one program that isn't getting off the ground as fast as you thought it would, then um, clearly it may make sense for diversification. But the key issue, and Mike mentioned it, is risk versus reward. And there were a lot of features that we'll go over today that'll give you information that you can use to make your own decision.
And that's where we're at because we have learned in this industry, and we're very excited to be into this program, that you generally do not want to put all your cookies into one jar. We are putting all our efforts into this, and we're involved in another program previously. We're still doing that. But as we all know, things change in this industry. So I hope that answers some of the basic questions. Let us share with you now why we liked what we saw, and then we'll try to answer your questions to the best of our ability at the end of the presentation. Okay? So, with that being said, let me bring up our PowerPoint presentation. The CEO should be here in about 20-25 minutes. The presentation should take about 30-35 minutes, and then we'll get to the questions. I will go through it fast, the slides, and then I'll get to the part you guys want to see, the back office, the withdrawals, and the more important stuff. As Tom Cruise once said in the movie, show me the money. In this case, it's show me the crypto. And we'll get to that part. So
And we are going to disable chat until we're done with the presentation.
right. So chat's going to go off right now. Once we get near the end of the presentation, we'll turn it back on so everyone can focus on the slides and say, well, how much does it cost? What's the minimum? All that's going to be shared here. So I don't want someone typing and missing that slide. Okay. Hope that's fair enough for everybody. So Mike, you want to disable the chat and I will bring up a
It is done.
Okay. So let me go to our view here, slideshow.
Do you want your camera on or off?
That's a good point there. We will actually disable that. And now I have to start all over because I did that. So we'll start again. Screen 2. How are we looking, Mike? Okay?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay, folks. So the company we're going to be talking about is called AMC Global, AMC Aquamarine Club Global. The URL is AMC global.io. So I'll be referring to Aquamarine Global as AMC, obviously, because it's a whole lot easier to say. So AMC Global. Let me get over here. So first of all, let me read the disclaimer to you. Mike, you want to hit this real quick?
Sure. This may be the only one that we read all the words. The information provided on this document is based on sources that we consider reliable. However, we assume no guarantee for the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of such information, nor for any recommendations or for the economic or fiscal implications thereof. This publicly accessible information is provided for general information purposes and shall not under any circumstances replace investor product related advisory services. All legal relationships between you and the services of the company we're about to talk about shall be governed by the laws of the British Virgin Islands. We expressly inform you that our internet offering is aimed exclusively at persons who are subject to a legal system in which such choice of law clause is permitted.
So let's talk a little bit about the company. AMC Global, they have some advanced AI that does the arbitrage, and that's what you see here, creates that. They have a patent pending on the software, and the platform is really designed for anyone from any countries. There is no KYC. I know a lot of folks ask that. The CEO. We have been working with him. Let's see, today is in June. I would say end of April, around the 27th or so, 26th, through where we are today. His name is Michael Garrett. I call him Mike. It's really confusing, Mike, and Mike. So we kind of call him Michael just to make it easier. Mike was born in Austria. He graduated from the University of Vienna with a degree in business administration. He's worked for various companies, and he got involved. He told us, and you can see this on the interview we'll share with you, where we ask all more detailed questions that many of you'd like to know. Maybe he got involved in crypto about 3 years ago. Bought it himself first, and then recently, about 6 to 8 months ago, I believe it was, he sold quite a bit at one of the little peaks that we've seen recently, and started looking at arbitrage. He's been working on the arbitrage platform now for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. He's fired some development teams, got more, and switched around, and finally found a team he was comfortable with to deliver what you're going to see today. The technology is really the key on this. Uh, and you can go through all this in the slides. The technology is really what separates this. He feels you'll see it. I'll show you it live. It's an AI bot. There's other programs out there, really in the marketplace today, that is focusing on decentralized exchanges. And I'm sure you've all heard of those companies out there promoting their program using decentralized exchanges. And a lot of people in the crypto space understands not really 100% understands. There's a lot of variables between a centralized exchange and a decentralized. One of the ones that I saw in these other programs, and I had some concerns legitimately about, was these decentralized exchanges. While they're very popular, and there's a multitude of them, they don't have a large market cap. They don't have a lot of volume. They might have a few $1 million in total volume with all the hundreds of crypto they have exchanged in the day or traded. So you can't really do large scale or large volume of trades with them because they just don't have the opportunity there. While the big boys, the Coinbases, the Krakens, the Geminis, those exchanges, and there's a few of them, about eight or nine, those are called centralized exchanges, and they hold, actually, if you can look it up on Google, they hold a vast majority of the liquidity of crypto. That's where the big exchanges, the big whales exchange hundreds and thousands of dollars. And that's where you can get the discrepancy many times between the different exchanges. And that's what his technology focuses on. A lot of places are going to the decentralized ones, while this platform uses the centralized. There's about six exchanges, and I'll show you those he uses, and the coins that are exchanged there and taking advantage of the price differences. The vision here is basically empowering the price difference of arbitrage. Many of you have done crypto before. You'll send it from your wallet to a platform, and you may go to the platform and it says deposit $200. You wanted to, and you go to your wallet. You might have to deposit 202. A couple of times it'll be 202 today, 199 tomorrow. That's that arbitrage, that difference in prices that all crypto exchanges have, because it's not as regulated as the forex, the fiat market. And so their mission here is basically make this available with minimal risk exposures to really achieve the maximum returns. Like most arbitrage programs out there, the platform does not take a losing trade unless it sees it's a winning trade, because it's doing it in milliseconds. The AI, the technology, we've all heard about that it can operate faster than the human can click. And that's the advantage of using AI and this type of technology and bots. Uh, Basically, uh, they're looking at long-term solutions here for the investor. They see themselves, they look, that's their mandate, to focus on the community. Here's the project development that he's experienced over the last year, year and a half. We are on the far right hand side there where they're actually launching now. This was their journey here from uh, taking the bot from the beginning and tapping the different exchanges, find support on there, researching the algorithms that's needed, creating a user interface that I'll share with you. So the risk management, which is important in everything to understand here, they do not risk a trade. While they're taking trades, and you'll see them, it's very small amounts, very small amounts. They're like, I would call it, from those who understand Forex trading, I would call it scalping. They're looking for those price differences. They're not doing large trades because you can't do 20,000, 50,000, $100,000 trades between exchange number one and exchange number two because there has to be a buyer on both sides. So they're taking small trades, just a multitude of small trades rapidly, which generates the returns that we are expecting and hope to see here. So basically, this is a summary: the profits, the state of the art, the technology. It's a very simple back office that I'll share with you. You can access this from any device in the world, anywhere. They have 24/7 support. Support does take about 24 hours to get respond to you if you have a support issue. So that's pretty simple here. The blockchains. They use what I would, we asked him this on the interview. You can hear yourself. We asked him some of the safety protocols to ensure our assets are secure with them because you are giving your assets to the company. And we've all heard of horror stories where someone's hacked in or someone's gotten this or whatever. They use what's a multiple signatures. It takes three signatures at least to do large substantial withdrawals from the wallet. So it can't be A person or B person coming in there hacking or taking the money. There is a multiple signature wallet they use. Funds that are not in use in the trading are stored in a cold storage wallet, reserve funds for those same reasons that I talked to you about. When you go to the site, you'll see a lot of sites when companies start out, they don't have DOS protection from mass attacks. They have that. I would encourage everyone when you create an account before you put a dime in. They also have 2FA security, that's Google Authenticator. You definitely want to use that. Just from my experience in this industry, when a company starts getting traction, it attracts the wrong type of people who try to fake that they're support or try to fake they're helping you out or all kinds of they use keyloggers and all kinds of stuff to get access to your account. The only thing that protects your assets in the back office from someone hacking in is Google Authenticator 2FA. So please make sure if you're going to have money in the system to turn on the 2FA. And so they have a really invested, he stressed this in the interview, a lot of time and money and resources on asset protection. That was a primary focus of them besides the bot. That was the second thing he talks about in the Mike talks about in the interview that was really the focus. This is a screenshot, and I'll show you live how it works here. But you can see here from the screenshot on the left hand side is kind of cut off a little bit is the coin they were using, where it was purchased from in the first line, second line. You can see third line purchased from Kraken, sold on BitMEX. The volume bought, the volume sold, what was the volume, and the profit. You can see the profit ranges anywhere. I would say averages about the $5 to $7. I've seen it as low as 55 cents on one trade it wins, and as high as about 11 or $12 on another trade. But these trades are happening around, I would say, every 4 to 5 seconds, which I'll show you once I get done with the presentation here live. And we'll go with a back office tour. There's three plans, guys. It's pretty simple. There's a standard plan, premium plan, and what they call the elite plan. The nice thing about these plans, unlike a lot of companies out there that started doing this in the last few years, they started packages. They were called, or various forms of that word, but you would have a earnings cap where you would put in, say, they would say you can earn 3x or 2x, or sometimes once in a great while you'll see a 4x. But really, if you're giving them $1,000, for example, and you're going to earn 3x, you're getting that $1,000 back. So that's not profit. That's you giving them money, them paying you back. So that's one of the X's. So really, it's a little disingenuous the way they promote you earn 3x. No, you earn on a 3x, you earn 2x. On a 4x, you really earn 3x because, and then you have to put the money back in because you hit the earnings cap, whatever that cap is based on the model. Here, they don't do that. You put in whatever you comfortable with, your risk to reward, and it's lifetime earnings. You don't have to renew. So everything you get is pure earning, pure rewards. For the standard plan, it's 0.7% every day. For the premium plan, which is $1,500 to 10,000, it's 1.1% every day. And for the elite plan, which is 10,000 to unlimited, it's 1.5. And another thing that we liked about this versus something else is you'll notice here it's every day. It doesn't say Monday through Friday. It doesn't say Monday through Saturday. 7 days a week you earn, and you can compound every day. So this creates a potential for rapid growth. That was one of the other things that attracted us to this is the way you can earn, grow your crypto to a point very rapidly, even for the lower plans, which a lot of lower plans and programs take you 9 to 10 months just to break even. And we all know people get scared around that 9, 10 month mark because a lot of companies seem to disappear at that time. So if you can find a plan that gives you that safety net in 3 to 4 months, even with the lower plan, that is something that worthwhile looking in if the rest of it looks attractive, which it did to us. So that's another reason we did that. So the trading days, like I said, 7 days a week, which is phenomenal for us for the growth. Restaking, you can compound it every single day. Profit withdrawal, I'll show you live. I can request a profit, we'll say at 1 o'clock. I will have it by 1:10 p.m. that day. 10 minutes is about the longest. Usually it's 5 to 6 minutes. Capital. Now, here's a lot of things that people have a lot of, I guess you would say, caution about or struggle with is your capital is locked in there. Many programs, when you get a package, well, you don't get that money back. That money's gone. It's history. It's an item you bought, and you hope for those 3x returns, which are actually only 2x. That money's spent. Here, you get your capital back if you want it. The capital is locked in for 21 days, the first 21 days. Someone say, "Oh, why is that?" Well, we've been in companies before where someone, for example, I'll just use John, I'll use that make believe name. John would sign underneath me. He'd put in $1,000. I would earn the commission on that. That's 10% on the first level. We'll share that with you in a minute here. So I would earn $100. Tomorrow, John takes his money out. The next day, John puts it back in. I would earn another $100. John takes it out, puts it back in, takes it out, puts it back in. I've seen people do that with their wives and husbands and kids, in and out, in and out. And it just puts an unbelievable pressure on the company starting out the gate. There are people out there who game the system. So, what they've done here, and it's reasonable, I think everyone will agree, your first 21 days, your capital is locked in there. After on day 22, you can withdraw your capital. So that's easy. Another thing that the industry has seemed to ramped up, some of these companies, is the withdrawal fee. I've seen 5, 6, I've even seen a 10% withdrawal fee. Unbelievable. Here it's 2%. So it's very reasonable. I think everyone understands 2% is about the lowest you see in the industry from someone charging a fee. Now, the nice thing about it is you can put any one of about nine, I think it's four, yeah, four, eight, nine crypto in BTC, Ethereum, any one of the USDT, ERC, or TRC20, Dogecoin, Solana, BNB, BSC, Ripple, or Litecoin go in. Now, when you withdraw because of the price fluctuations, They want to make sure if you're asking for $850 out, you don't suffer a hit, which sometimes happen and then someone gets a little frustrated. So it's stable coin going out. It's either USDT, TRC20, or ERC20 in withdrawals. Now, it does have, for those of you who like to share this with others, it has a 7 level unilevel system, meaning, it's however many people you want to put on each level. You can see the plans here. It goes anywhere from 10%, 5%, 2.5, down to 7 levels. What happens here, just real quick here, we'll go over that, I think, on the next slides. There are certain requirements. You get rank bonuses. Uh, Kind of just like for a bonus saying thank you for building a larger team than putting one or two people in. There's 12 rank bonuses. It's based on your first level, so you just can't put one person in who then puts in 100,000 people and you get bonuses. You have to make sure you have your first level with a reasonable amount of people, and then your entire team. For example, amateur rank uh, is basically $5,000 in all volume on all levels, and you need 1,500 on your first level. What happens there? You get a $249 one-time bonus. As soon as you hit it, it's instantly deposited to your wallet, and then you earn a residual of $2.50 every day. Now, you don't earn here on what someone earns. For example, if I put in John puts in, we'll say $10,000 because it's simple for the math here. He would earn $150 tomorrow if he put it in today. Out of that $150, I don't earn on that $150. If John decides to reinvest it or to compound it, then I earn on that $150. It's not compliance for you to earn on someone's earnings in several countries. So they have avoided that for compliance reasons. And it places an undue amount of pressure on the comp plan, honestly. So you earn on the deposits and the reinvestments that we talked about in this level. Obviously, a first level deposit or reinvestment is 10% of that amount. On the sixth level, it's a half a percent of that amount, and so forth. Okay. So you can see the leader rank here, basically at $10,000, 9,999. First level, second level, third level, and it goes all the way up to, you can see most of these are fairly easy to achieve for those who are looking to refer. I know a lot of people don't. So I'll be happy to share this with those. And I'll show you where you can get the PDF here for those who are interested in that from the back office. So I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but you can see it goes all the way up to the diamond rank, which is, basically $25 million in volume, and it's about a $1.3 million bonus. And here's a kind of a little snapshot on the residual. Basically, when you hit that rank, because a lot of people will start to withdraw, and so that would negatively, if you will, kind of lower the builder's residual income. So what they did here is, based on your rank, you still get some kind of residual, which helps the builder who spent a lot of time, effort, and energy doing that, while not really negatively impacting the company too large. So, how does volume? Because to hit those ranks, it depends on volume. And first level, I'll use John again. John puts in that $1,000. I get 100% of that $1,000 toward my volume. If John's on my second level, I get 50%. So 500 goes toward my volume, third level, so forth. This makes it fair so the ranks are spread out and not 100% all the way down. And it talks here basically, as for example, let's say I joined today and I shared it with a whole bunch of people. And in a matter of hour, I go to the rank three, the bronze rank. I would get all those commissions uh, sent to me. It's not, I would bypass the first two. Just some people have asked that question. They are all individual plateaus that you can reach and you can achieve independently. Here's a little roadmap. Here in about the third quarter, they'll have the Wallet Connect support up. They're going to be doing around I'd say around October, November, some company events, obviously in various locations throughout the world. Depending on where you are, you might be able to hit one of them and other upgrades that they're planning on doing early next year. A lot of people want to know about the company, where they're registered at. The CEO is living in London. Uh, so he's from Australia, I told you. Actually, his mother, let me remember this correctly. His mother was from Austria. His dad was from London. And then he obviously they moved to London. And that's where he had most of his career's jobs based at. They're actually registered AMC Global. You can see it. I'll show you the license here. They're registered out of the BVI, the British Virgin Islands. And you can go to the British Virgin Island government site, type in that number or Aqua Marine Fund Incorporated, and you can get their license number. This is a copy of it. That's where I got it from myself. So you're more than welcome to do that. And that's the British Virgin Island government website. You go in there and do your thing. So quick review of what's going on here, and then I'll get to it. You got three crypto levels. They're as low as $49 to get started. Instant withdrawal, and I'll show you that how that works. The package here, it's not really a package. It's a deposit that you don't have to worry about reinvesting market caps and all that. You got ability to fund in 8 different cryptos, which makes it easy if that's something you're looking to do. Uh, all the trades are shown here, and the funds are really not locked in for any period, just to prevent the gaming. Let me go ahead and get out of this and show you the back office. I'll give you a real quick tour if I can. Let's see. Mike, I'm going to need your help. Are you tell me you see the screen here?
I'm here.
You see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. I've been logged out here, so we may have to log back in for a minute here. Okay. This is the dashboard, the main place where you log into. You can see there when you make a deposit, you'll go over here. You make a deposit of your crypto. Uh, that'll go through here. I won't go through it because I don't want to do that. You'll enter the amount, you'll select the coin, and it will tell you the exact amount. If you're putting in $100 of USDT TRC20, I can guarantee you it will not be $100 even. It might be 99, it might be 98, it might be 101, whatever, and there'll be some decimal points. Make sure you put in the exact amount. Then, whenever that amount gets there, depending on the crypto and the blockchain that you're using, anywhere from 10 minutes to a few hours if it's BTC, for example. Then it goes into, let me go back to my dashboard, you'll see it in the main balance. Then you would go to plan. And let's say right now I got 200 and some dollars in there, so I can do the standard plan. I would click on the standard plan, and you would see it in your main balance, and you put in the amount you want to do, hit that, and then a little green window will pop up here saying you're good to go. 24 hours. 24 hours from right now, if I was to buy a plan, I would need to log back in. I would need to log back in and then decide if I want to withdraw or compound. And it will be over in the interest. That's where you earned. And you can go over here, reinvest the capital, or if you want to withdraw, you go down here to where it says payout. Okay, and so let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me see here. I'm going to request a payout. I'll show you how to do that real quick. I'm going to hide my wallet. Please excuse my security concerns there. But you can see here. Now, here's something you want to learn. This is a perfect example. It says I have $273 that I'm able to withdraw. This is from downline earnings. My earnings for today will hit about 4 o'clock from yesterday. So I have $273. But you'll notice over here, I actually have $272.86. This wallet here rounds up or rounds to the nearest dollar, if you remember your elementary math. So it rounds to the nearest dollar. So if I put 273, I am going to get a failure. Okay. And just let you know, I am going to get a failure. So let me grab my wallet here real quick, my wallet address. And while we're talking here, I'm going to go ahead and show you how fast this is. Let me grab my wallet real quick.
Hey, Mike, I would like to answer one question that hasn't come up yet, or at least I don't think it has. But if you, let's just say you started out and you deposited $1,200 and you earn over a number of days, and you're pushed up over the $1,500 or 14.99 threshold for the next level, um, your earnings from that point on will be at that level, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just I want everybody to know that the funds that you do deposit, it doesn't limit you in terms of reaching another level. I
Right.
know many programs it does.
So, guys, I put in my wallet address. Obviously, I don't want to show everyone my wallet because you never really want to show that unless, for security reasons. But I'll go to the payout history here real quick, and you will see I have one pending here. Okay. I have one pending here. Here it got declined because I put in $1 too much, like I told you. And you can see in the past, uh, I got a couple pages here. Here's the fees that were taken out. Here's the dollar amounts, and here's the dates. You can see and so forth. So that's the basic withdrawal. So I'll come back to this in a few minutes, and I'll get a little ding on my phone. I'll let you see that it go in. So let's go back to the dashboard and give you a little back. Let's show you the trading. That'd probably be the first thing I want to show you. This is the API, and it takes 15 seconds or so for it to load up and start cranking here. You can see ASVAC, Matic, GDX, sold to Binance, the value bought, the volume sold, the volume amount that I made, or the company made $2.67. Dodge, Bitfinex, GDAX, and it'll just go on and on and on and on and on and on. So you can see that back there. My invest history, you go here. This is the plans, the two plans. I have two 10,000 elite plans. You can see on the first one, I earned 457, 47, 57 is some change. The other one here. You can see this is about when they're due, when they'll hit my invest box that I told you about, the interest box. This is 97.83% done. This one should hit here maybe while we're on the call. So I don't know if when it says 100%, it's usually about 30 minutes, then it will show up. You can go to the active investments. You see here, this is where, for example, I took money out, so I can't do it now. If you wanted, when you're at the dashboard and you want to top up, it's called. Let's say you had $100 here, $50, $20, whatever you earned from your downline, or you have some additional crypto you would like to add to a plan. You don't want to start a new plan because maybe your plan's a premium plan where you're earning 1.1%, but you only have $100 you want to add to it. You don't want to start another plan because that's only going to get you 0.7. So what you do is you put in $100, deposit it, and then you go to active investments, and then you top up the plan. For example, you hit this, you can see I only have 86 cents. So because I just did a withdrawal, you put an amount there, and it will add that to that particular plan. So you can transfer to downlines if you want. I don't know about uplines. I've never done that. You put in their names, basically their email address, the amount. You select the wallet that you want to put it into them from your wallet, and you can do that. Let's see. You got the payout history. What's that? Hey, there he is. Hello, Mr. Mike.
Hello, Mike D. Hello, Mike L.
We'll get to you in a minute. I'm just finishing up showing them the back office, and then we'll get to you. Perfect timing,
Yes,
sir.
I'm
Perfect
listening
timing.
you.
So, guys, you got your referrals here, and for those builders out there, you got your 7 levels here. You can see the levels. You can't see their names and their emails. It's just that's because of security, European privacy laws. You know how they're very big on that. The company takes that seriously, so they protect the downlines and their privacy. It'll show them a couple initials of each and when they joined. Okay, and you can go in there and see. You got the rank levels here. You can see the different rank levels. For example, these are the levels you're able to achieve. You'll notice in my upper left-hand corner is the rank that I currently hold. So I'm right now at bronze, and you can see that up here in the left level. You go back down here. You want to know where you are, how close you are. You can go to referral overview and you can see member volume. I told you, you got to have so much on your first level, and then you got to have so much total to hit that certain rank. And that's where you can get an update on that. The cool thing about this, I know a lot of people have international teams. And unfortunately, I only speak English. I can probably understand 6 words in Spanish. After that, I am done. But I know a lot of people have different folks in different areas. You can go down here. You have an English, Chinese, Spanish, French. They just added Dutch and Hindi down there. The company is very aggressive on adding new material for the marketers out there. So they just added those, I think, in the last 48 hours. Here's a support ticket system, and here's your profile. Again, guys, the first thing you want to do, even before you fund, is go up here and set your 2FA. Really important because someone will try and hack into your account and it's not the company's fault. You did not set the 2FA. So please, please, please make sure. Another thing, the company will never contact you on Telegram. They will never ask for your password. They will never ask any sensitive information. So please don't fall for those scams that someone will soon be doing. So that's about it on that. We are just finishing up, and I know Michael Garrett here. He is the CEO. Let me stop my screen. I know he has some meetings this afternoon because it's getting late there. He's in the UK, so we'll take his first few questions, and then we'll get to the general questions afterwards. So we'll give him time. We'll have him answer a few questions, and then we'll get to the host of questions everyone has because we'll keep him here an hour answering the same questions over and over again, which we don't want to do. So, Mike, let me stop sharing my screen. Thanks for coming on. I know a lot of folks wanted to meet you and see you. And we shared with them, guys, we did do an in-depth interview, and we're going to give you a link to that. We asked him where he's from, why he's doing this, how long the company is going to last. All those standard questions that you're probably going to ask now, those are all in about a half-hour interview we did with him. So, okay, folks, we're going to turn the question back on. Mike, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
You want to turn the chat back on?
It was turned on about 15 seconds ago.
Okay, so let me go to the questions here and see. Mike, can you hear me? I see your mouth moving, but I think you're muted. Nope.
Huh, he was on earlier.
He was. You're still muted. You want to try logging back in? You want to log out and try logging back in? Let's see. I don't think we muted him accidentally, did we? No.
Huh, that was weird because he said hello to us earlier, so I'm puzzled.
And 2. Nope, we don't hear you, sir. You were there. I don't know what happened. Why don't you try logging out and logging back in and reset it and just log back out and log back in using the same URL. We'll get to the questions. How's that? Okay? Okay. We'll see you back in a few minutes. So, guys, we'll go ahead. While Michael is logging back in and out, we'll go ahead and get it. How do we know this is
from the top of the Q&A section is where we want to start.
I'm starting there.
How they order it. Yep.
No, Mike, we don't hear you. You're going to have to log out and log back in, I think. You somehow muted yourself. Okay, I saw the general information, was wondering how arbitrage is staking. That didn't make sense to me. Okay, it's a different word, some different language barriers there. You saw this in the United States. Jim, I'm not really sure. They're in London. The company's based in the BVI, as we shared. Okay, Google, we are all that, no.
There was some discussion about WAS. That's what that all
Yeah,
that.
this is not WAS. Has nothing to do with WAS. Where's the CEO from? Stanley. He is from Austria, born and raised in the UK. Where did he graduate? We covered that in the webinar. He graduated from the Vienna University. Mike, you're going to have to log out and come back in. I can't hear you. There you go.
There he goes.
Mike, okay, Jim keeps asking the same question over and over again. So